All right, guys, here we go with the Insta-Gate, the vinyl gate kit from Mr. Fence Academy, Mr. Fence Tools. Basically, in this kit, it's going to come in a box. Here, I've already emptied the box out. This is the size box you're going to have. You're going to have 2 uprights in the box. These will have to be routed based on your fence. This is aluminum, okay? The holes will be pre-punched. 2 of those. It has the holes based in for the brace as well. You need to provide your U-channels. That's not included in the kit. You provide your 2 rails and your pickets. So you're going to use your fence material with this. In the kit also is a gate brace. Highly recommend you guys use a gate stop in the kit. Okay. All the rivets. This whole system is riveted together with 1/4-inch rivets. We have the hinge. That's a stainless steel adjustable hinge that comes in the kit. All right, and the holes in the gate line up with the holes in the hinge. There's also a traverse latch. We really believe in these traverse latches. This is a lockable and keyable from both sides. Simple installation, real easy. We're gonna use some of the screws supplied and rivet where we can on that. I have a racked gate behind me, so I'm going to lay this 2 verticals on the ground the way that they're going to go up. This is going to be my top hinge. This is my bottom latch. We're going to hinge on this side. We're going to open in. Because it's opening in, the gate brace itself will be on the inside with the same side as the hardware. Typically, our gates open out. Hardware's on the outside, braces on the inside. But in this case, it's all going to be on the same side, opening in. So we have my rail. I need to cut these rails to fit. I'm going to put them in the opening. I'm going to trace the angle that I have. And I need them to be an inch, about 1 and 3/16, 1 and 1/4 shy of the opening. So we end up with, I'm sorry, we want to be 2 inches shy of the opening, 1 inch on both sides. I'm going to use a picket. That's 7/8. And then when I put my marker on that picket, and I trace it here in a moment, the marker is offset to the point where it marks another 1/4 inch or so. So it's going to give me the 1 1/8 on both sides. I need it to be so that when I put the rails into the verticals, I end up with a net 1 inch gap on the hinge side and a 1 inch gap finished on the latch side is the goal. It can plus or minus a little bit in there. That's okay. When you mark these rails, make sure you turn them in the right direction. So my bottom rail is going to be have the groove faced up. My top rail will be the opposite direction. So again, I'm going to put this into the opening. I can overlap the latch post and the hinge post. I'm going to take a picket. I'm going to use it as an offset against the post, like this. And then I'm going to take that marker and I'm going to mark up vertically. And I'm leaving the marker flat against this picket here as I go up. That gives me that extra 1/4 inch I need. That's a 7/8 picket plus another 1/4. Give me about 1 1/8 inches or so that I'm shy, which is about perfect because I'm going to put this on the vertical, and the vertical is in an 0.93 thickness. So it gets about right. So that's the bottom rail. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the top rail. Just make sure you turn the groove down for the top rail. Don't have it facing up. Mark that again. Boom. Same thing over here. Just like that. Now, you could do yourself a favor if you need to. You could mark these. This is a bottom latch, in case you get kind of confused later. This is a top latch, TL. Put it real small, put it somewhere where you're not going to see it later. Inconspicuous spot. Go ahead and cut both of these. There we go. All right. Here's my top here. You can put your U-channels on next. That's probably just as good of an option. We use a self-tapper screw for that. We have Phillips heads. You could use rivets for this too if you want. I think I need a Phillips bit that is magnetic. This one's not. Phillips bit. That might be good. Oh yeah. I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. I got it. So a magnetic bit seems to be the key here. That's a whole lot less stressful. Make sure that you keep this U-channel nice and parallel with your gate vertical. Just like that. Works out pretty good. Give it that close bit. All right, here we go. Those are in. Now I have an option. I can put this in. This is a 5-foot, 2-inch opening. Now I gotta add pickets into the system. So I can add this rivet. It's gonna be the center rivet. Top and bottom. Then I can stand this gate up against the hinge post, install all the pickets, rip my last picket. So those go in pretty nicely. Get this guy out of my way. Just make sure that's in there. We'll still have some rackability after it's riveted. So 1/4-inch drill bit here. We're going to put that rivet in. If you're going to put this is set for your hardware, your hinge. So we want to make sure we put a rivet in. We're not going to be putting a hinge, so we don't have to take it out later. But it should be the same rivet on all the rails. So I'm going to go with the top one inside. Like that. Same thing here. Well, that one's actually going to be our bracket. So let's get our bracket installed there. So what I'm doing is if I'm going to put this rivet in here, I need to put this bracket on so that I don't have to remove this later. If the gate brace was on the opposite side, this probably wouldn't matter. Okay. That'll help things a little bit. Start adding our pickets. These are just tongue groove. These are not locking. Not sure if these were locking. I would probably have to hit them with a mallet on the ground like that. So the last picket's going to be ripped each time based on the gate width. So I can nip this up here, lay it on top, get a measurement. You get your slide on there, that's fine. There. "5" picket looks like, and I'd want that picket to be the same top and bottom, and it is. I'm going to set this saw here to 5. Should be cutting the male off. That's how we always do this. So we end up cutting the male off on our sections. Okay, now this is where I think it's going to be easier to put it in here. Ooh, that's a little tight. I have an idea. The reason why that's tight is I didn't cut an angle on the top of any of those pickets. I suspect this will be an easy fix. Rather than beating on it, just simply use a ratchet strap here. Suck those together. See what happens. Like a glove. Look at that. So rather than sitting there beating on a thing, now let's double check our opening here. I got a 60.5. 60 5/8. 62.5, 62 5/8. We got pretty lucky. That's actually money. So we're gonna go ahead and add those additional rivets. We're not adding all of them, just the one in the inside corner. This one has a bracket on it as well. That's the bottom of the brace. So let's install that one. Typically you'll be working in grass most often, and you don't have to worry about these gate verticals getting tore up from the concrete. But today I do, so I put down some cardboard paper. Try to prevent me from damaging the powder coating. Oh, you know what I forgot to do earlier? It's okay. Forgot to put the bolt in that top one. It's in here. There's a bag of goodies somewhere. Right here. It's okay. Okay, I'll show you guys how we fix that. So we have a top and a bottom bolt for these braces. I'm going to put the short on the bottom and the taller one on the top, but you got to put that in first before the rivet. That's what I didn't do on the other side, on the top. Not a problem, we can recover. Right? So if you do put a rivet in that you shouldn't have put in, all I need you to do is drill it back out, put the new one in. That's all I'm doing here. Same common inside rivet. I can take that ratchet strap off. We might need that again to get the rack perfect once the gate's installed. So this is the one I forgot to put the bolt in first. Holding onto that gate is pretty windy. So the simple fix to that, if you do put a rivet where you don't want one, because I can't get this bolt in there, no, without taking that rivet back out. Like that, put that bolt in, and rivet back on. Like magic. Golly, that wind is something else. All right, now we can drill and put our hinges on. Make sure to adjust these. We should have a 1-inch gap. You might as well get them adjusted before you install them, because that's our finish gap we're going to have is 1 inch. Or close to it. A lot of times I can eye it. Well, look at that. Pretty lucky. I don't have a 3/4 inch wrench over here. So, again, I just want to put the one in. And you put the two in the side. Rivets. Oh. These side rivets don't have anything to do with the gate racking. So you can put them on and not have to worry about putting them in a bind. All right. Again, adjust these hinges 1 inch. guess I could have just used the hinge lag, or hinge rivet rather, than putting the brace on, but because the gate's majority of the way already racked, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Not at all. There we go. Don't drill the rest of those holes yet, because you don't know if it's perfectly racked or not. Okay, now this gate post here, this is a 0.25 wall post, so there's no aluminum stiffener, it's just the post itself is thicker. It has 2 king nuts inside there. That's going to hold it very well. In this case, with a 5-foot gate, it would probably be a lot easier if I had someone to help me while I get this gate hung. Huh? Hold it. Moses. Hey, height. Look at the height there real quick. Good? This? Good? Good? This is the same? Yes, right here, just the hinge side. Okay. All right. I can rack the rest of it. It's okay. It's good, Kevin. Now we'll put that ratchet strap back on. You need it? No, I got it. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking to make sure it looks good down the line before I install the brace and the rest of the rivets. Good? Look good? Okay. Get that out of the way before it blows into the camera. Rivet time. You can put the brace on next or go around and put all these rivets in. I don't think it's going to matter. This is a DeWalt rivet gun, a DC F414. The model number is very important because these rivets we're going to give you are 1/4 inch. And so the guns we used to use will not work for this. Fortunately, it's a heavier duty rivet. Good and bad, I guess, right? The days of the cheap guns are over with. Used to be able to buy these guns for like 150 bucks. Not now. So this may take a little bit longer on site than having it pre-built. Some of the things that we had problems with before was pre-building these gates, even with one fastener in the corner so we can rack them. The problem was transportation. In the bed of a truck with the rest of the equipment, it was very common to get scratched, dinged, messed up. And then the other problem is, if the guys forget a latch or a hinge or run out of rivets, don't have the gate brace, don't have the handle, it's a logistical nightmare to make sure that all that hardware is on the truck. So if all we have to do is load a box for a gate. We have a better chance. Battery, no bueno. No. Another advantage using these rivets is on your hinge side. Typically, you have to be very careful with the heads of the screws hitting each other. If your opening just ends up being just a little too narrow, so it's not very forgiving. Whereas if these rivets, they take up far less space than the head of two hex heads self-tappers. Then the other advantage is they're user friendly. I can't over tighten them. I'm not going to be able to strip them. That's very easily done with the screws. Made a lot of callbacks because of that. Got somebody operating the screw gun full pulling the trigger full throttle, and next thing you know, it's stripped. And once you strip out that screw, it's over. No way to fix it. Got two on the inside there to do. These guys drilled. All right. Kevin, Moses, can you get a 3/4 inch wrench and a crescent wrench for the hinge and the brace? All right, so this brace, I put the large side up and the smaller side down like this. That's my top. Like that. I don't see any screws that overlap. So I've used a self-tapper. Amazingly, I may not have one out. We can rivet it just the same. Where's my drill? Right there. So pull the slack out of that system. Make sure it's tight. That wind sure is fighting me. Go ahead and put the second one in there as well. Like that. Thank you, sir. Yep, that's right. Flip your brace around so we don't see those holes or those rivets. Get your A-cut nut on there. Oh, tighten those down. Look at that. Did it the right direction. Didn't even move a lick. Call that a win. Okay. Let's get our gap to look good. Something like that. All right. Now the traverse latch. Love these latches. So easy to use. Height-wise, put this whatever height works for you guys. Some people have pull codes. Again, I would rivet that. Put that first one in. Get that clean look. You can put that in my trailer. I'd put the rivets on the inside of this. Oh, gotta unlock it first. Yeah.